Right. So, this is a series I'm going to discuss about the Jira part because Jira end to end because Jira is one of the uh, project management like bug tracking tool which is majorly used to manage projects like epics user stories, creating and maintaining product backlog. At the same time, creating some burn-down charts, burn-up charts, velocity reports, everything can be done using Jira. In that regard, so Jira has an advantage. Atlas in Jira has an advantage where we have trial versions are available. So using those trial versions, we can create project from the end to end. And this is not only intended for software development because let me give you an intro about Jira because many people have some misconception over Jira is a tool which is powered by Atlassian is only for software development to an extent possible it is right but not to the full extent. The reason is this because Jira is not only for software development team, it can be used by the product management team. For example, we want to develop any kind of product or so in the market. So product we can create right from product inception stage, product design stage, delivery. Everything can be done using Jira. We have a option for product management also apart from software development. Second about marketing, right? So next, the third one about marketing. Even marketing people, if they wants to deliver or create any kind of market plans or planning, etc., everything they can do. Even design team can also be perform this, including project management team can be done either. Product development also, like even project management we can do. It's not only design. So even if you want to deliver any project management tracks, like at the same time project planning, execution, delivery, right? So there are different stages. Even project management we can do that. Next, operations we can do like what are the different business operations or operations process, etc. Everything can be done using Jira followed by IT support. Means if you want to perform any IT support, etc., so that we can do that. And next, human resources like HR teams for employee onboarding, everything can be done. Customer service, more of service management, etc. Next, these things, legal teams can use this. Next, finance team, because if they wants to create any budgets also, finance team can use this. Next, sales team can use this because sales teams are majorly intended to create some sales forecasting, etc. For that, sales team will be used. Now and then it is added nowadays about data science because Jira can be used even for data sciences also. So these are the different requirements normally we will be having whenever we are working on the Jira. Jira is a project management tool. This is all something that we can use it. So data science now and then at the same time for other purposes also Jira can be used. So there are different reasons or these are the different requirements where Jira can be used in today's world. Now I'll start with software development. Slowly I'll get into other areas also from product management. I'll make a series in coming days on product management, even for project management. At the same time, product IT support, customer service, data science. I'll make videos on different services in coming time as part of our Jira services are concerned. Jira series is concerned. Let's start with software development first. And before I'm getting into software development, let me give you an understanding between product management to project management because many people have some confusion over here. What is product and project management? Product management majorly deals with project, right? From the ideation of the project that we have got an idea, ideation. From there, how to design it and how to implement the product. This is all about the product management is. Now, when it comes to the project management means there is a particular service of the project that we are delivering for one of our customer. So how the project, like what exactly the budget we have, right? What are our timelines? What are our manpower? What kind of risk that is involved in it, right? About chain management. Everything will be part of project management. So these are the means for a particular project that we have taken, and how we have estimated and what manpower we have. Everything will be involved in the project management. But when it comes to the product management, it starts from the ideation phase to product design and delivery and marketing phase. So normally this is how usually the difference you see from product to project. Now let me start with software development. As I already told you, Jira is a trial version which is available online. So we have trial version using our Gmail. We can just log into that. I have already done that. It's a basic thing wherein you can go to Jira and you can just find out that. That's not a big thing, right? So wherein you can go to Jira and you can find out, right? So you can find out and you can do that. That's not a thing. Whenever you start, first of all, it starts with software development, wherein I'm selecting software. Okay, software development project I'm selecting. Now, whenever we are selecting the software project, depends on the type of plan that being a team that we are using. Okay, because some people follow Scrum, some people follow Kanban. Okay, let me differentiate between the difference between Scrum and Kanban. Scrum is a kind of framework, I can say, more or less. It's where Scrum is majorly intended to run the sprints, intended to manage the product backlog, whatever the timelines, everything will be followed in the Scrum. Whereas when it comes to the Kanban is concerned, it's a pull and push kind of mechanism where we don't write any user stories in Scrum Kanban. We directly write the task and we implement it. That's how generally you see the difference between Scrum to Kanban. Okay, that is one thing. And you will be finding sprints, user stories, estimation of sprint user stories. Everything you will be finding in Scrum. Whereas you don't find this in the Canva. Okay, that is majorly the differences. Okay, at the same time, product backlog, grooming, everything that can be done here. But whereas the chances were very limited in Canva. So these are the major things. Now, whenever we are working on the project, first of all, team has to plan. Okay, team has to plan what are all required for us, what we want to be understood. So first of all, we must be. So difference between Kanban to Scrum to Kanban is that. Now, whenever we are working on the Jira, Jira has an advantage. Jira will ask you what is your work, right? So what is that something that we do? Because are you working on Scrum? Are you running the sprints? Are you going to manage the task? Are you trying to map the dependencies? Are you going to prioritize the work, track the bugs? So based upon the team requirement, this will give you some inputs and insights to us. That's how generally Jira has that advantage. We have many other tools apart from Jira. We have Rally, we have Azure DevOps, all that stuff. So here we have to select what are our team plan requirements are. Because when we are going for full licensed version, depends on the requirement, it will be customized and it will be given to us. But generally, as it is a free trial version we are using, there are limitations there. But first of all, we have to select. For example, our team is working on Scrum. Okay, we are running sprints. At the same time, we want to prioritize the work. At the same time, we want to track the bugs. These are the things I want to do it. Managing the task, because again I'm saying, because if you're talking about task, subtask and all, everything when you follow Kanban, we follow. When you are following Scrum, we write user stories. That's the reason why I'm not selecting managing the task. Next, mapping work dependencies also I have not mentioned. Okay, these are the four things I have taken. One is working in Scrum, run sprints, prioritize work, and tracking bugs. Now, here we need to provide the name of your space. Okay, my software team, it's already there, so predefined, I am already mentioning it. Or else if you want to give any name for that, we can provide, but I have, as in when I'm just giving my software team is a name of the space we have given, because whatever the projects that we are working on this, everything will be done on the same space only. Okay, my software team is something that I have selected. Now here, what are the different tasks, right? So is this is a small piece of work or a task you're taking or user story? Generally, as I already told you, like whenever we are working on Scrum, we will be taking user stories into consideration. We are not taking task, user stories. At the same time, features, request and bug. Features were selected even. At the same time, bugs. These are the three options I have selected because I don't say that everything need not be selected. Depends on our requirement. Consider that we are working on user stories, not on the task. Hence, I have selected story. Feature nothing but broad piece of functionality, which is also called as a epic. You must be knowing that. Okay, epic, user story, task, subtask. That's how generally this categorization will be. Story and feature were taken. Next, bugs, problem which need to be fixed and all. This is all about the bug. Okay, this is something that these are the three things I have selected. Now, what do you want to track, right? So you want to do in progress, renew, done, right? So to do means whichever is not started so far, okay? Or else in progress. In progress means it is in the stage of in progress. Review, done and all. Now I want to change it. For example, I want to change it in this way. Analysis. Second, planning and design. It's a requirement of the team. That's how we are customizing design. Uh, Planning and design. Next, coding I'm mentioning. Test coding. Testing I'm mentioning. Coding testing. We can prioritize later. Okay. Deployment. Right. So these are the few things I have selected. Okay. These are the things. Coding, deployment, testing, everything that we are doing. Right. So this is how we are changing it. Okay. Rather than that. Right. So this is the quick share link for the project that we have selected already. So this is the one I have taken, right? So whenever we are working on this, it is something essentially important for us. So share via link, copy link, at the same time inviting email, because if you want to add any new emails, etc., we can add it. Okay. Or else we can do this later. Okay. If you want to do this, we can do it later. Do this later, we can do that. And we can go to the Jira directly. So Jira is a tool, as I told you. It's not only to write user stories, even bugs, everything can be updated. And Jira has an advantage. Jira can be integrated with multiple things. You can integrate with what we call, you can integrate with service management tools like ServiceNow. You can integrate with Bitbucket and GitHub for code repository. You can integrate with Jenkins and all, everything for DevOps environment. You can integrate with other stuff also. Okay, this is something I have selected, which is called My Software Team. Okay, My Software Team is something that I have selected. Now, if I want to create a project wherein from here onwards, if I want to start creating our project, or if you want to manage spaces, etc., we can do that. Because whenever we are trying to understand any application development, there are many other roles you will be finding. First of all, let me explain you the roles here. Means who are all will be used by the Jira. Okay. Jira used by the following roles. Okay, depends on the roles and responsibilities. Our job descriptions will vary. Okay, first of all, let me give you the clarity here. This will be used first of all by the operations team. Okay, to manage project operations, everything, tasks, etc. Everything will be managed by the operations team. If considering the role perspective. Next, developers can also use this, because if there is any user story, that user story or a task will be taken by the developers, and they have to work on the coding part. So developers will use the Jira also. Next, even business analyst team will also be used, because business analyst team uses to write epics, user stories, maintaining product backlog, all that stuff. So business analyst team will be used it. At the same time, product owner role. For example, you are working as a product owner. Normally, business analysts are the people who will be converted him themselves as a product owner. That was the difference. So product owners can be there, right? So if you are a role of a product owner, wherein we can do that even. If you are a product owner, we need to write epics, user stories, product backlog, everything. So BS are more like product owner role. Next, we have other roles called Scrum Masters. Scrum Masters will also use this. Scrum Masters are the people who facilitate the team. Let's say, for example, we have a Scrum team somewhere around 8 to 10 people. or 6 or 7 or 8 to 10 people. So Scrum Masters are the people who try to manage the teams. They try to see if there is any kind of impediments among the team, etc. Everything will be managed by them. That can be one reason behind. At the same time, sometimes it's not only about that. Like for example, they wants to know about the tracking the progress of work, like preparing some bundle charts, spin-up charts. All these things will be used by the Scrum Masters. Next, last but not least, another role which is an important role nowadays also you can call Jira administrators. Okay, Jira administrators. These are the roles you see. Administrators are the people. Okay, Jira administrators, I can say. Jira administrators are the people who do the configurations, who do the settings. Because before you are getting into the project, for example, there is a user story has given, created by the product owner or a BA has created, which should automatically assign this to some team, okay, or some person, which this cannot be done manually. Okay, we cannot do manually. So what something that we do when there is any application that we are working on, it's important for us to configure the application, right? So configuring the fields, configuring the workflows, configuring the roles, permissions, at the same time generating script runner, at the same time groovy scripting, writing the groovy scripting. I already made a couple of videos and sessions on groovy scripting, which is already posted in my session video. You can go through that. So everything can be done by the Scrum Master, Jira administrators. Jira administrators more of configuration side of the Jira. They will be using it. At the same time, even it's not only the case, even this can be done script runner and groovy scripting, which are the advanced skill set as a Jira administrator one must be good with. Even those things can be done. So these are the different roles: operations, developers, business analysts, product owner, scrum masters, Jira administrators. All these people are using the roles. So these are the different roles you see in Jira. So operations team, tasks, etc. Developers trying to understand the user stories and writing the code for that. So business analyst team will be there, product owner, scrum masters, Jira administrators. If these people wants to manage all the operations, fundamental responsibility now starts with administrators, because they are the people who should configure the project in a right way. Okay, so we have to understand from the basic Jira administration point of view, because there are a lot of things are there for Jira administrator which I am not getting into because it unnecessarily deviates. Because end to end when you try to, so there are some basic configurations by Jira administrator that we will be discussing in the coming session, right? So once the basic configuration is done, from there onwards, how to create the project, how to write, how to understand the requirements, how to write user stories, etc., etc., will be done later. Okay.